Hi guys, this is like the 10th try. Welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about my top 5 favourite sketchbooks. So some are for watercolour, some are for pencil and different mediums, but yeah, they've taken a long time to kind of find and to, figure out. So we'll go through them. The first one that I found, I think, just fairly recently, and I absolutely love this one. This is the White Ibis by Holbein, and yeah, it's just such a beautiful sketchbook for watercolor. So I wanted to do some painting in it today, but it's Friday night, so last night when you're watching this, after midnight, and I still have to get some things the voiceover done, blah 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 blah. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to have time to do that, but we'll probably do that next week. But you can see I'm just showing you, like, the paper doesn't buckle. It's got a beautiful spiral, so it's not obtrusive, and it's quite good quality. So you don't it's not like a problem like to hold it. You can also flip it, flip the cover over, and then you can have it vertical or horizontal, which is really nice as well. The paper's cold pressed, so it's just got a beautiful kind of diamond shaped texture to it, and yeah, it's just a really lovely paper to use. So I have used this, I think, probably in a haul last year that was like the largest haul or something like that of 2021, and we did paint in it a little bit then and over Christmas. And you can see that I have swapped out the paintbrush for the candy cane on the Matryoshka there and put a little nest in instead of the star. And basically this is how I am getting them onto the page. So I'm just taping it on the other side, putting it up to a window or a light, and then just tracing that. And you can see that I feel ready to tackle these again. So once I did the printable, so these are in my shop as a printable, but it takes me quite a lot of energy to do them and do the faces, and I just haven't felt ready to tackle them till now. So we will be doing those shortly. And then this is what I wanted to paint today, but I have just gotten it sketched on the page. So yeah, like I said, we'll hopefully do this next video, which will be in 2 Saturdays. So the next sketchbook, and this one I've also had on the channel and shown quite a lot last year. So this is a Amalfi Cotton Paper, so from the Italian coast, and it's just such a beautiful paper. So it comes as a pad, and I do have a whole video about, I just cut the twine and then I added ribbons, and yeah, it's just such a beautiful paper to use. So one of the really nice things, I guess the whole watercolor is just such an enjoyable process, but especially when your brush is going across a really beautiful paper, you can kind of tell, and you wouldn't necessarily think that you can feel the paper through the paintbrush, but you really can. You can tell, and it's just a really lovely experience. So you can see here, I'll fold it over, and then I fold the cover back on itself as well, and then I end up with like a little just a sturdy little situation here to take anywhere and sketch. And you can see that some of the pages are kind of coming off there. You could reinforce it, but I just leave it. I'm fine with it. Yeah, but it's just a really beautiful thing to use, a nice paper. So I did do a video about the 3 things. I'll get back to that, but this is the 3rd one. So this is the Nostalgie, the Hahnemule Nostalgie. And at first, so I got this one because I loved the cover. That's got like a herringbone cover, and you can see they're all quite thin, but I wasn't in love with the paper inside this one. Again, like I said, I enjoy the experience of the nice quality paper, And if you are having a hard time with watercolor, it's going to be one of three things: the paper quality, the paint quality, or the quality of your brush. Having said that, you know, start wherever you are with what you have. I used for a long time just a student grade set of Winsor & Newton and Walmart brushes and Walmart Canson paper. But yeah, when you do sort of upgrade everything, it becomes like quite nice. And yeah, I just wasn't loving this paper. It does, like, the watercolor looks really beautiful on it. Just the feeling of the water, you know, of the paper, I wasn't really loving. But I found that these sketchbooks, they're really growing on me. You can see on this page, acrylics work beautifully on them. Just graphite pencil, like graphite is really, really nice on them as well. So this is the A5 one. And I've been doing as well a little bit of collage in here with printables from my shop, and kind of using it more like an art journal versus necessarily watercolor. Here's like some pencil, and again, pencil shows up quite nicely. Again, it doesn't feel, you know, the nicest. We'll talk about my favorite one for pencil next, but it does show up really beautifully. And then here you can see, this is one of my favorite ways to use this sketchbook, which is with a graphite pencil. So this is the Caran d'Ache graphite color, and I have used this pencil on so many drawings, and I'll kind of show you through now. I haven't even sharpened it yet, and it's just been a real trooper. So it's just been, you know, very reliable. And you can see here, like, I'm just doing it very lightly with small circular motions, and yeah, just all these, you know, just working on value, and the paper really handles it beautifully, and it just looks really nice on there as well. So it does work for watercolor. If you're into acrylics, it really works well for that. Yeah, it's just kind of an all-round, like, all-purpose good sketchbook. And I do like the fact that it is in a book format, so you can get it in landscape or portrait. But I like the fact that, you know, the other two are spiral bound, you know, to a degree. So I do like the fact that it's a book, you know, a bound book. Someone did mention that and you can see this was my first try, see the circles, you can really see them. So, you know, your skill level grows as you try things and keep working at things. But and this was a video we did on the emblems. But what was I saying? Someone did mention that there is a Hahnemule Cotton sketchbook. Like, I would love this cover with the herringbone and cotton paper inside. But someone mentioned they have a cotton one, but I can't find it online anywhere. So if you know of anywhere, or if you know of any sketchbooks that you enjoy as well, leave them in the comments so we can all have a look. It's one of the hardest things, I think, to figure out is sketchbooks. So this is my number 4, and this is the Midori Cotton notebook. So this isn't, it might be, so I think it started as a notebook, and now they've kind of changed the size formats to be more of a sketchbook. So this is like FO, which is, I think, the smallest, and it's like 5.5, so it's a little bit, it's like a B6 wide, which I really like. And yeah, so this, you can see it's got, it takes the ink really nicely, like that's the Winsor & Newton gold ink. It takes coloured pencils so beautifully. You can burnish them so well, and yeah, it's just such a lovely book to work in. So it is cream paper, but it's very sort of velvety smooth. It's not thick paper either, it's quite thin, but it's just, and so like, but it's just lovely. But so, like, because it's thin paper, I'll often like skip the pages in between, but because it's a notebook, not a sketchbook, you can, you know, afford to do that because it's got so many pages. and we'll talk about notebooks later on, and that's one of the things that I really enjoy about if you can find a particular notebook that you like, because it's got so much paper. But this is number 5, and these are handmade sketchbooks, so I highly recommend, if you haven't created your own sketchbook, we have a couple of videos on the channel. This one for the blue book is how to make your own art journal. There's a couple of videos for it, and I just think you can pick the papers that you want. You can add in, you know, anything that you want. You can customize it to however you would like to create a notebook. So I think, you know, if you've never tried that, I've got some, you know, more advanced like tutorials, or more, let's say, just elaborate, like they take a lot more time, there's more involved, but also, like, we'll look at one in a minute, which is just a really simple one as well. So this one we haven't tackled on the channel yet, but I want to. It's going to be Coptic bound, sort of, but I want to smock the ribbon a little bit, so still working on that one. And then this one I think was just called something like the easiest sketchbook, and this one's just inspired by the other one, the Amalfi Coast one, and this is just my favorite paper. So this is from Hollanders, and it's just a Somerset Heavyweight Cotton, white cotton paper, and you can get it in like sheets for, you know, $4 or something. And yeah, it's just, I get it quite often. I really enjoy painting on it and, you know, making sketchbooks out of it. The other thing you can do is make an insert for a travel's notebook. So again, I have a whole video on this. Is the nature journal one that we created, and it's just basically folded over pieces of paper. So I can't remember what this one is, but yes, some of them are like coloured, and there's like some printables in there for extra things, and then some of it's just this Somerset Heavyweight cotton paper, which is just really, again, really enjoyable. So I think part of the whole thing when you're painting is to kind of try and make it so that you want to sit down and do it. So if you are fighting with the paper or the paints or the paintbrush, it's going to be a little bit harder for you, like mentally, to sit down and you know, tackle it. You kind of just want to make everything easier so that you can just, you know that you're going to sit down and you're excited because it's, you know, your favorite things. So a couple of honourable mentions. This one is the Strathmore watercolor. I think it might be series 4, I'm not sure, but this is a very affordable sketchbook, and it's actually a really nice one. So it doesn't have that much paper in it, but you know, the layout, like the format, is already really nice and inspiring. Like, you've got long ones, and just they do different sizes, which are really nice. It is like again like a textured paper, which is a nice texture. It's so cold pressed. It's cellulose, but it is a nice, pleasant experience to paint on it. Then this one here is just a cotton, again, it's like a cotton paper sketchbook / notebook. It's just got so much paper in it. This is the B Company one. And then this one is so I think this one is called Indigo or something. Again, I'll link all these below. But it's got this beautiful handmade paper in it. This is a really large format, so it's nice to kind of spread out. They also have a 6x9, I think. Yeah, I think the only reason this didn't make it into my top 5 is just it's a little bit heavy and large, so if you have a small space. And also the watercolors, I found it hard to glaze on top of each other. You know, put down one layer and then wait for that to dry and then put another layer on. It seems to lift for me, but still you can see that I really enjoy it, and yeah, I love to use it. I love to just pull it out and have this larger format to try different things in, and it just looks beautiful. So Yeah, so that's a few different ways, or not ways, but a few different sketchbook options that are out there. So, depending on kind of, some of you might not like spiral, or might not, need this or that, but yeah, these are just all some really nice options. So, we are gonna just do a swatch on all the pages. So I'm using Cassell Earth by KWArts, and I really love this one just because it's granulating. It's a beautiful deep colour, so you'll be able to see how that reacts on the watercolour papers. And then we're also going to add Phantom Fire by Rivervale on top of it as well. So I've been loving this combination of this iridescent blue or interference blue, and you can also, this would be like Daniel Smith interference blue or Turner interference blue, but Rivervale Watercolors does a really creamy, beautiful version of the interference ones. So so I've been really loving this kind of interference blue on top of the dark moody browns. And yeah, you can see here just how beautifully all these papers are handling the colours. Okay, so you can see that on this sketchbook, instead of using the watercolour, I've used pencil because that's the way I use it. So I am using similar colours, the Derwent Drawing Chocolate, and then this is the Derwent Lightfast in Light Aqua. Also, I was actually going to use a Prismacolor one, but in like sky blue or something, but I couldn't find it. But then I'm also using this other mid ultra blue, and yeah, I am just kind of trying to get that same opalescent kind of feeling. And you can see that, you can continue to layer pencil just like you can layer watercolor. And when you do kind of light layers of different colors, and you can build up to create different atmospheres as well. Okay, so I forgot about these, but one of my other favourite things to use is notebooks. So the one I just showed you is the Leuchtturm, and this one is the Apica notebook from Jet Pens. So I love both of these just as an extra kind of working out, so it's instead of, actually I'm going to put another clip in here. So I used to use the Canson paper from Walmart all the time, and I would just tear the pads off and then punch holes in them and do what we did before and add the ribbons or add some book rings. But yeah, now I use the notebooks and I really love that. Okay, so now onto some shop news. I know some of you will have been waiting for this. There is no new updates at the minute, so I'm still working on getting the other stuff shipped. I know that I said 2 to 4 weeks, and 4 weeks would be today or yesterday, so hopefully, I think that they are I've had every setback that I possibly could in this. They're finished and they should be shipped out Monday, so please bear with me. I think I got a little bit too excited with the freebies and doing so many freebie shells and freebie this and freebie that, and I wanted to do those things because I was just really so grateful. I really thought that I was going to just upload the first update and then kind of tick it off my to-do list and move on to something else, and then I ended up having an overwhelming response and putting out another shop order, and I've just had delays in shipping and all kinds of things, but you can see here, like, everything is finished. The name place tags, I also ordered some like special cotton name tags, and you can put them in your journals or wherever you'd like. And yeah, I wanted to give you a few of these extra things. So I'm showing you here kind of a palette that I'm working on for me, and I've got like some shells in here. I've got the little shell gold, shell silver that I showed from Jackson's, but also the little one of these, which I thought, so I put mine on my palette here, but you could put it in a sketchbook or wherever, but I'm not going to. I actually bought these to attach them to the cotton name place tags, but then I realized it would be nicer if you could decide where you want them to go. So I will just include that in there. And then this little tiny little vial, and you can also see here these were the last half pans I needed to fill this week, and this was after 3 days. They were still damp, so we've had like a very damp week, like a lot of moisture, a lot of rain, so yeah, just everything that could go wrong went wrong, and or at least, you know, took a little bit more time. So please bear with me. It will be shipped out Monday, and then the last thing that I wanted to do was just to get these little pots of gold. So basically I had to get these silicone mats, and they were supposed to arrive on Wednesday, and they only arrived yesterday, so Friday. But I've just cut out little circles, and then I am just putting that in the lid, and it seems to like you can see that they're pretty roughly cut out, but when they're in there, you know, they don't look like, you can't tell, and it seals the top so that the gold isn't kind of coming out the sides and kind of coming out into your palette. I will add a little bit more silicone just in case you know, need it, but I just thought these were so beautiful, like a little extra thing that you can take in your palette or with your supplies to add a little bit of gilding to your paintings. So all in all, you know, I wanted the this you know, kind of package to just really be a little painting party for you. And the freebie shells ended up taking me actually quite a lot longer than I anticipated, so I think next time I might just do one freebie shell per, or just even something different. So I really only want to do one more collection, which is the powder blue and mint green one for now, and then that will be enough for a while, I think so. And I just want to make sure that I am, you know, prepared for everything for that. So it's really stressful trying to get everything done and shipped out. And again, I am so thankful for your patience, and yeah, I really hope you guys love everything, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I know there's a lot of snippets of things that you may have already seen in other videos, but I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you in the next video, so in 2 weeks. Okay, bye.